friends. So we're currently in St. Thomas, but it's actually pouring down raining and about to thunderstorm. So this morning when we got here, we had really rough seas, and that woke me up, but Terry didn't wake up. So I just kind of knew it was going to be bad weather all day. Somehow out of like the 15-20 countries we visited with Royal, or different ports, it's never rained. We've never had bad weather. So we're just making the most of it. We're going to read out on our balcony, and we thought we would just maybe like tell you a little bit about ourselves, since we're the Story of the Readers vlog, and you could know our story. So I'll show you what St. Thomas looks like from our balcony, and then we'll talk to you for a little bit more. Okay, Terry, tell everyone how we met.
We met in undergrad, so we have been together going on a total of 10 years. We were together 3 years and then got engaged, and then we were engaged for 3 years, and then got married, and we will have been married, we got married on July 9th, 2016, so this will be 4 years, and we met in undergrad. So if I remember correctly, Caroline needed to find a class that fit her schedule, and she kind of changed classes, and then lo and behold was in my class. I think the first day I walked in, I don't know, I think I had like a New York Yankees keychain or something like that. She told me it was ugly. It was a point. Anyway, yeah, she transferred into one of my classes, told me my keychain was ugly, I think on the first day we ever met.
A real catch.
Yeah.
You should have known what you were getting yourself into.
She claimed to be a Boston Red Sox fan at the time, which was not true. She didn't follow the team, didn't even know who played on the team. I think she was just trying to, be an antagonist for me. So
maybe that was my way of flirting at 18 years old.
Apparently. So that's how we met.
In Dr. Patterson's class. So if you're watching, Dr. Patterson, thank you. Okay.
Okay, Caroline. So to switch this up, we'll ask you the same questions that you asked me.
Okay.
I had to point at you.
To me. Okay, not to anyone else out here.
To you.
Just me.
You.
I get the camera.
So first question was, how did we meet?
Yeah, so, did you say the name of our college?
No.
Okay. So we met in undergrad at a tiny little school. And so we were in like the same like peer help group or whatever. I don't know, like an orientation when they put you in a group by a specific class you're in. So, and Terry and I had the same faculty advisor. And so she took us to lunch one day. And so we had to have met there because we both went, and it was a small group, but neither of us remember, but we both know we went. So technically it was then. But we officially met second semester in theology with Dr. Patterson, and I changed into the 2 o'clock class instead of the 3 o'clock class that I was in because I wanted to go home earlier on the weekends. That was a Monday, Wednesday, Friday class. And so there was an opening, and I asked her, like, hey, I know this isn't, what I'm scheduled to be in. This is a small school. You got to ask for permission. Can I come to the 2 o'clock? And she's like, yeah, sure. So I go into the 2 o'clock class, which was theology, I think. Yeah, theology. And I remember seeing Terry and being like, oh, wow, he's really cute. And then I remember, like, the next class, so maybe on the Wednesday, I was walking behind him up the steps, and I was like, oh, he has a really cute butt. This guy's cute. He just gave me the weirdest look. Because he had on these American Eagle jeans that I liked. Anyways, so I think I, like, made a comment to him. I'm not sure. He said it was the first day. I don't really know. Of, like, something about, like, oh, your Yankees apparel's ugly. Because that's the only way I knew how to flirt at 18, I guess. And so, yeah, from there, I think we just became friends. And I remember, like, the exact moment, sitting in my dorm room, and my roommate was there, and when he added me on Facebook, and me being like, hey, roommate, do you know this Terry guy? And she's like, yeah, he's in one of my other classes, he's really great. And I was like, okay. And I remember, like, clicking add friend, or, like, texting. Um, Wait, there was texting. Yeah, texting. We're not that old. There wasn't Instagram though. So yeah, I think it just kind of went from there.
There was definitely not Instagram.
There was not
I
Instagram.
think we were Facebook messaging.
We were just Facebook messaging. I don't think we were texting because I had really bad cell service. And I still do have really bad cell service. Nothing's changed. So yeah, I remember that. And I remember little things along the way, like what I was wearing on the first day of class where we must have met. What I wore the first time, like I met his mom and stepdad, Lee. So I remember little things like that, but like overall it's kind of a blur because it was a decade ago. And like I was 18, and so I work with 18-year-olds every day at work, and I'm like, these kids are babies. So we were babies, like we were young. So I don't know, I remember parts, but I guess Terry and I's story differs clearly, as you guys heard. So who really knows what the truth is? But yeah.
Perception's reality. Both are true.
Yeah. See, we met in theology class, and the counterpart to that was philosophy class. So I do remember being like, okay, he's really smart. Like, wow, I like this guy. He's very, very smart. And then I do remember one day he asked to borrow a pen, and I threw it so hard at him and was like, oh, that was supposed to be like a flirty toss, not like a karate chop. I hit you in the face type thing. You don't remember this?
I don't remember this at all.
Oh, I definitely threw a pin at you really hard and you didn't catch it, and I think I mumbled something about like, that's why you're a Yankees fan or something like that.
Oh, that's so cool.
I was edgy. And then we should tell him the story of me like asking if you wanted to be my boyfriend. So I called Terry up one day. I did. I called you, remember?
Yeah, I remember.
I called you. This does not make you less cool. It just means I was really aggressive as an 18-year-old. Which is so funny because I'm not like that now. I called you up and I was like, do you want to be my boyfriend or what? And you're just like, yeah, I've been waiting for this. Like, yeah. I was like, okay, talk to you later. And that was that. So, yeah, that's how we met. Any additions to that?
And here we are 10 years later.
Yeah. So really, like, it's about to be a new decade. It's a new decade of us.
Yeah.
I will be less aggressive this decade. Terry will catch pins better. So yeah, we really have to thank Dr. Patterson for letting me in her 2 o'clock class instead of the 3 o'clock class.
And also, this goes to show you,
You.
and you people, you know, go for what you want, right? You don't have to wait. And
Yeah. I was a go-getter.
the guy doesn't have to ask. I did ask her to marry me, but the guy doesn't have to ask.
Yeah.
So.
I knew what I wanted. I
Sure.
like his American Eagle genes and ability not to catch pins. And let's just say at 18 I was a hot mess and I was always in like sweatpants, a sweatshirt, and nasty hair. And so I was like, hey, if this guy likes me like this, then, you know, that's really cool because I like wearing messy hair buns and sweatpants. So, yeah.
College was not a great fashion time for us.
Yeah, no, we were fat and unfashionable. So, we weren't fat though when we met.
No, we really
We
weren't.
got fat later as we went down the road together.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how we met at our little undergrad college that we both love. Even though, I'm going to go on this rant, maybe they're watching, they always send us mail to Mr. and Dr. Terry Reeder. It frustrates me. And they do it like once a month, I think, just because they know it makes me mad. But no, we love the place. I always tell my students, like, hey, go to your group advising new student orientation. You never know who you'll meet there. I found my lifelong buddy. So, yeah. Okay, Terry, question number 2. What was your first thought, like, when we started talking and getting together? Like, did you think, oh, this girl is just a fling? What did you think? Did you know you were going to be stuck with me for life?
I would say I didn't know. I mean, so we met second semester, freshman year of college. We didn't start dating until summer, between freshman and sophomore year, and we were long distance during summers. We obviously went to the same college, so That wasn't an issue, but in the summers we were probably 4 to 4.5 hour drive apart. Um, I grew up in northern Indiana, really basically Fort Wayne area, and Caroline grew up in Louisville, so it's, quite a trek down or up. So, I would say I didn't know. I didn't really have plans or anything. I would think as an 18 and 19-year-old, obviously was interested in you, but here we are.
I find that really offensive because I told my mom right away I was going to marry you. So
I did not tell my mom. I don't think so.
I'm feeling a little hurt. You're like, whatever.
What did you tell your mom?
Well, maybe I'll have to tell the people this story about some background information. So when it's my turn, I'll tell the people.
Oh, okay. Okay, so what were your first thoughts when you met me, and did you think it was a fling, or it was going to last, or what?
Well, I don't have flings, so I knew it wasn't a fling.
Are you saying I have flings?
I don't know, did you?
I don't know, did I?
Well, okay, so I already talked about how, I thought you were cute and you were really, really smart. And I remember we got paired up to be, on the same debate team in Dr. Patterson's class. And you were really smart. So I was like, okay, this is good. He's cute, he's smart, he's nice. I like this. And so I think my dad knew I liked you a lot earlier than I did. Or that it was serious, because we were apart in the summer, and I would send you letters or cards in the mail. This is before Instagram.
I still have all of them.
Yeah, and he still has all of them, and they're funny to look back on. But and so finally one day my dad was like, "Okay, who's this Terry?" And I'm like, "What? What are you talking about?" And he's like, "No, really, who are you sending mail to every day?" And I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And he was like, "Cat, I'm a detective. I know more than you think I know." And I'm like, "Well, that is true." I was like, "Well, it's Terry." And my dad was like, "He doesn't belong to that fraternity house I told you not to go into." I was like, "Nope, he belongs to the other one. We're good." My dad was like, "Okay, I can deal with that." And then my dad was like, "Is he a football player?" Because I cheered. And I was like, "He was in high school, but he isn't now." My dad was like, "Okay, this is good." And so, yeah, my dad was like, "Well, it seems like you're pretty excited about this guy." And I was like, "I guess." And so my dad was like, "No, but really, I think you should bring him here so we can meet him, because you keep sending him mail and running out to the mail every day." And so my dad kind of knew before I did, and I'm sure my mom did too. And my mom always says the very first time she met Terry, she was like, "Okay, that's exactly who Cara should marry. He's exactly what they had pictured my whole life as my husband to be." So they knew, I think, kind of before I did.
What did I do when I met him?
I was about to say, Terry loves to tell this story.
I don't love it. Your
My
mom
does, yes, because it meant a lot to her. So, like I said, I cheered at our college, and so they came to watch a football game. And so Terry was with his fraternity brothers and friends. And so instead of sitting with them and having fun, he went over the entire game and sat with my mom and dad just so I get to know him more. Because they had met once or twice, but and I think that really won my mom over to see he wants to come be a part of our family, and that just right away they knew okay, this is Cara's husband. This is exactly who we hoped for. And I feel like Terry's family they liked me. I mean, I love them now, but I think they liked me. So I think all around our family was like, okay, this could be it. So I think I knew. My mom and dad knew first. And then I knew pretty quickly after, this is serious. If I don't mess this up, I think, this could be my husband. And I remember telling Terry, I don't know what we were doing. I was like, I think we could get married. And he gave me this, deer in the headlights look like any 18-year-old would when you're talking about getting married. And I was like, oh, probably shouldn't talk about that for a couple more years. So I laid low. But yeah. I laid low. Didn't bring up the marriage topic for a while. And then we just dated throughout undergrad, and that was really great to spend, 4 great years, 3.5 years with him. So yeah, I think that the answer, what was that? Were you a fling? just think I knew quicker than you did, so I had to like keep it on the down low and not be so aggressive. Because apparently I was a really big go-getter then. So yeah, did that answer the question?
I think so.
Okay. Do you have any other stories for these people?
I'm sure I will, but not right now.
Oh, okay. Okay, Terry, question number 3, which is my lucky number. So let's make this one a little bit more romantic than the last time of, I didn't really know. It's okay. When did you know you wanted to marry me?
It took a while, and that's not, a slight against Caroline at all. It's just kind of how I am. I'm at work. I have to make a lot of quick decisions, reactionary type things, and try to plan out. But I'm a very logical person. I like to, think about every different scenario as they happen and whatnot. And so, it's not that I was thinking, oh no, I don't want to be with Caroline, or I want to marry somebody else, or she's not the one. It wasn't that. It's just, we were young. We met at 18. We started dating right before I turned 19. And so, I'm a big believer in don't rush things in life. A lot of people, I think, rush all these big things, and that's fine. Everyone can make their own decisions, and no judgment at all. It's just not for me, because I like to space them out. I like to take pleasure in the little things in life, and so, that's why, I was happy that we dated for 3 years, and then be engaged for 3 years, because each one of those is a milestone and a developmental step, and it's important to relish in those things, and just be an 18 or 19-year-old. We're asking kids and young adults to face a lot and make a lot of decisions, and I think that's unfortunate. So, not that we weren't faced with that, but I just didn't see a point in rushing those things and not enjoying them. Plus, we both wanted to go beyond just an undergrad degree. So, I have a master's, Caroline has a PhD, so...
Yeah, for those of you who don't know us, we have a lot of education. It's kind of ridiculous. So we were a little poor in grad school. Yeah.
So, and marriage is not. It's. Some people will probably tell you, okay, well, you're together, you've been together forever. It's just getting a legal thing, but there's a lot to it. It takes a lot of commitment and work from both sides. All the time, understanding what one person is good at compared to the other, and supporting each other. And you also have the financial commitments, right? And so one of the most common reasons for things of like divorce or separating is due to financial issues. There's people that make it work, but I never wanted to have to worry about finances. It's also one of the reasons why I'm going to be 30 coming in June, and Caroline will be 30 in October, and we don't have a kid. It's just, part of it is relishing things as they come and those milestones, but part of it is ensuring that we have the financial means to do what we want to do while also giving a future kid anything that they need. So, long-winded answer, but...
Sorry, Mom. My mom told us that she was hoping and praying I come back pregnant from this trip, and she told her friends that, and so they told me I needed to relax on this trip because that's how you have a baby. Sorry, Mom. And Dad. I think it was my dad's idea. My dad said that to my mom, so sorry, Dad.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. All right, Caroline, when did you know you wanted to marry me? Apparently, 2 days in.
Besides that. You don't remember that? I think we were sitting on your parents' couch.
No,
and I told you, was their couch green?
At the time, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so I have this, I'm correct. I had my University of Louisville t-shirt on. That was black with polka dots, and I remember saying this to you.
Which is not where we went. That's just
no,
where she's
that's
from.
not where we went. You.
You.
So I don't know if there was like an exact moment that I knew that I I do remember we were sitting in the Walmart parking lot in Louisville going to get something while you were visiting me, and you're like, we should get married. And I was like, yeah, duh. I've been thinking that for like 3 years now. So I remember that, but I don't know if there was a specific time. I guess like, so a lot of people don't know. In college, I developed psoriasis pretty bad. I think I still have it. It's a lifelong condition. And it was really, really bad at points, like debilitating almost. And Terry just was always great about it, and would go to doctor's appointments with me and knew what to ask and knew kind of my health better than I did. So that was always a good sign, like, okay, we can do this like lifelong together. This is the type of person I want to spend my life with. He doesn't just care about like the fun part with me and the college part, but like me as a whole person. So I think that was kind of seeing like, okay, this is good. He can handle really fun stuff with me, and some really low points. So I think that just along the way of that and just making it through college together, which was stressful because our college was hard. I don't think there was like a specific moment of like, okay, we're gonna get married for sure. I just kind of always knew, like this is gonna work out. I'm serious, he's serious. So yeah, I don't think it's like that fun of an answer. It's kind of a downer, like, oh. But I think my mom and dad knew, again, before we did. So I remember when Terry asked my mom and dad if he could marry me, like, I guess he said something before, after dinner or something, like, hey, can I talk to you all later? And they said, like, they hoped it was that he was asking that. And they were like, yeah, of course, duh, we've all known this. I think. Is that what they said?
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
Yeah. And I feel like we should be clear, like, too, we're really not old-fashioned with, like, the asking to marry thing. Like, we, women are their own people, and
I clearly do what I want.
And, yeah, women are, not property, right? But her parents are, kind of from the South. They're older. They're in their 60s, and so it was just kind of the traditional nice thing to do. But
I think you just called my parents old on camera.
I did, and they are, and it's okay. I just want to make sure because it's not.
Yeah, no, I have a doctorate degree. I do what I want. I make my own decisions, and I tell Terry that all the time. If you can't tell me what to do, when he'll like ask, I'm like, no, you can't tell me what to do. I'm Dr. Reader. You're not. Just like as a joke, but I think we approach it more as like we want to become a family, and family's important to us. So not can Terry marry me, but we want this to happen. We want to be a family.
Yeah, we want to make sure they were supportive of it, because that mattered.
Yeah, that matters. But I'm the type of person that my mom and dad are very important to me. That if they didn't like someone, I would have not dated them. So, yeah, I do remember that. And then yeah, Terry proposed on my 23rd birthday. Yeah, 23rd birthday, which seems really young now, but
it was really young.
It was really young. It is very young. But my parents were okay with it. Not that they kind of, everyone was like, yeah, what, this is gonna work, whatever. And then we were engaged for 3 very long years because I was in a doctoral program. At that time, the 5-Year Engagement movie came out, and we were like, oh, they could have just used us. Like, why'd they waste money on actors? Okay. What's happening down there?
There's a person standing down there.
Oh. So yeah, Terry proposed on my 23rd birthday. And then our wedding date, I don't think Terry's talked about this. So we got married on July 9th. Everyone's just trying to ruin my party. Okay, so our wedding date was July 9th, 2016, which is very important to Terry and I because that was my grandparents' wedding date. What year were they married? 1946?
No, because he was in the occupational forces of Japan in World War II. So I don't
A
know.
long time. And so Terry unfortunately did not get to meet my grandmother, but he had a very, very, very close relationship with my grandfather. And so it just happened that year, July 9th, was on a Saturday, and we, thought it's going to be hot, but our guests will understand the importance of the date. It did turn out to be hot. It was
Southern
the best we
Indiana
could have
was,
got. But I had on, if you guys haven't seen my wedding dress, it was like 18 billion layers of tulle. And so that thing was hot, and it would get bugs caught under it. So anytime I went outside, new bugs would just like go straight under it. So to me, it was very, very hot. So I don't know what it was, but to me, it was like 180. So, but yeah, we got married on July 9th, and it was important to us. And one cool thing is that my grandparents have this plate from Louisville Stoneware Company. That says like their wedding date and their names, and then so my mom and dad also have one, and Terry and I also have one. So Terry and I call us. We used to be the Reader Tribe, but we changed it to Team July 9th because that date's important to us. So we'll either say like Team July 9th or go Team Reader when we're talking about ourselves. So cool. And I think Terry and I like didn't really care about the wedding. It was just like whatever happens, rains, whatever. We don't care. We just are happy to be here with our family. So it was a really great day.
Yeah, we're generally pretty laid back people.
Yeah,
generally.
we didn't really care. Just whatever happened, we're like, whatever, we'll go with it. We had donuts instead of cake, and that's all we really cared about.
True.
So, yeah, that's our advice to you guys for getting married. It's just like, pick one thing you really care about. For us, it was the donuts, and go with it.
And I would say one piece of advice to anyone who's about to get married is try to get time together during the wedding day, because it flies by and everyone wants your attention. So try to spend time together and try to enjoy that day, because it's really a blur, and yeah, it's pretty hectic and crazy.
Really, the only time we had together was our first look, which I'm glad we did. So it was just me, Terry, and our photographer, who was awesome, and so it was kind of like she wasn't there because she's so great at her job. And so the first look picture of me and Terry is so adorable and so cute, and it looks like we're really like we're in love, but like, you know, oh my gosh, it's our wedding day. But really, it's me sprinting to Terry in my dress saying, there's bugs in my dress, there's bugs in my dress. So it looks really cute on Facebook, but we both know like the real story behind it of like me, like you can see I'm like sprinting and Terry's like, what? Like, wow, you look so beautiful. But no, we're both just like, oh, bugs. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Terry, question number 4. What would you say has been your proudest day of us, or like us being together, or happiest day?
I mean, the obvious one is being married, like the day of the wedding, honeymoon, all these trips and stuff like that. But honestly, one of my proudest moments is actually seeing you graduate with your PhD. That was a really awesome moment to relish with you in, because so background, I guess. My work was an hour and 35 minutes one way when Caroline was getting her PhD. After I was done with my master's and we moved in together.
And that's by car. We're in the Midwest, people.
Yeah, that's by car. Out on country roads and all sorts of stuff. So, and pretty much during that time, you know, Caroline made some money through graduate assistantship, but I was the one that was, you know, supporting and working a lot of overtime, trying to set up my career and everything like that. So, there were, you know, many nights or days that I'd work, you know, 12 hours. As is Caroline, you know, this isn't just about me, but I'm saying from my point of view, why this was special. So we'd work, you know, I'd work 12 hours. So I often, you know, if I'm there from 9 to 9 or 8 to 8, and then you add another hour and a half drive, you know, that's pretty late. And so that was hard. I didn't realize how hard like a 70-mile drive one way every day was, but it takes a toll on you. We did that for 2 years. And then Caroline worked more than 12 hours pretty much every day, whether it was working in the clinic or working on her dissertation or working on what's that called? Practicum, stuff like that. She has her PhD in psychology, so she has to have so many hours and stuff to be certified and licensed and all that. And so it was just if you add up the 5 years that it took Caroline to get her PhD and the 2 years it took me to get my master's, and then the 3 years of working, it was just a very big collective effort to get our family where we wanted and needed to be. So it was kind of just an awesome culminating moment, and I know how hard Caroline worked to get that PhD. It was a lot of stress, a lot of long nights. Any grad student knows, right? And a master's doesn't even hold water really on a PhD. So yeah, I think that was one of my proudest moments. It's not obvious. It's not our wedding or something like that. It was neat. It was awesome to watch Caroline be hooded, and yeah, it was cool.
That's sweet. And balcony above us was trying to interrupt our moment here.
Okay, Caroline. To date, what is your happiest and proudest date of us or our accomplishments or anything like that?
Yeah. So I don't think I can just pick one. I know Terry did a really good job of like narrating my graduation day. So that's definitely one of them because it wasn't just like a me accomplishment. It was a both of us accomplishment, along with like of course my parents and their effort in my education throughout my whole life. But it was really like a wow moment of like we did this together and it was not easy at all. Like a lot of it wasn't fun. A lot of it wasn't great. We sacrificed a lot during that time. We lived in a crappy apartment. We didn't have a lot of money because I wasn't working. So it was like a wow. Together, we both did this day. So that day for sure. I also want to say the day that we bought our house. So that was almost 2 years ago. And so we together, once of course I finally got a job, stopped going to grad school. We saved up a lot of money for our house, and we did it solely on our own. No one helped us. We did it, with our own money, our own hard work. Not that there's anything wrong with if someone helps you buy a house, but like it was truly like this is our thing. We did this on our own. We had the money for this. We worked hard, and our house is just beautiful. So that day was kind of surreal. Of like, oh my gosh, like we're grown ups. Like we can do this. Like wow. Some people work their whole lives to have a house like this, and we've really worked hard the past couple of years and made good choices with money and sacrificed things.
And been very fortunate.
Yeah, and been very fortunate. Like we didn't start with nothing. Like my parents supported me. Not that I don't want it to sound like I'm not privileged because we are. We get that. But it was just like wow, we did this, and we're making ourselves better because our families have worked hard to get us to where we are. Because Terry and I always want to further our family. That's what we talk about. Like when we have a kid, we'll know we're successful parents. Like if our kid is successful as us and is happy. So in our eyes, we were like, wow, this is a really big thing. So that day was really really great. And I still sometimes laugh pulling up to our house because we have 5 bedrooms and there's 2 of us who share a bedroom. And I just laughed. Like, for the first couple of months of owning the house, I would laugh thinking about, we have a 5-bedroom house. Like, how did that happen? It just happened that month, that house was on the market. It was the same price as other smaller houses. So we're like, sure. Okay, Terry, question number 5. It's my mom's lucky number, but we're not going to make this about kids. We already talked about that. Sorry, Julie. What is your favorite thing about me? And this is like a 2-part question. From when we were dating and engaged, and now since we've been married, if it's changed at all.
So, for instance, I was very overweight, I would say. I didn't look super overweight, but I
Is this like the purge happening or something? Is this how we die? I guess it's an okay way to go. Is it a ship sinking? Do we need to go save someone? Should have worn my Titanic necklace to play the role.
Anyway, yeah, I think we make each other better. So,
We were fat.
yeah. So, I started losing weight in grad school, which I think is kind of maybe the opposite of what a lot of people do, because grad school is very stressful.
I feel called out.
And so, I started eating a lot less calories, and I started running. No magic pill, no magic, anything. It was just eat less, work harder, basically. And so I started that, which I think inspired Caroline to get back into running. She ran cross country in high school and stuff like that, and then she took it to a next level. Right? She's like, "Let's run a half marathon." And I'm like, "Let's not."
I'm competitive.
And then the day before she was going to run, because I'm just bullheaded and stubborn, I was like, well, if she's going to do it, then I'm going to do it. And it's not a competition between us. It's just like if she's going to spend that time, then I want to be with her type thing. I want to spend that time too. Not that we're not competitive people. I don't think we're very competitive with one another,
No,
honestly.
we're oddly not.
Like, I don't care that she has a PhD and I don't. Like, I don't care that she's a doctor and I'm not. I couldn't care less. I'm proud of her, and I think it's awesome. It's it's not competitive between us, but it was more of a, well, she's gonna do it, then I might as well do it. Like, it was kind of learning to start challenging myself in that regard. So the night before, I decided at like 9 o'clock at night, hadn't trained for it. The furthest I'd ran was like, I don't know, 4 miles.
It was.
And this is a big theme, you will notice, as the story goes on this. So, yeah, just decided I'm going to do it. Went and did it. It was terrible because I didn't train. And they claimed that it was a road course. And I kid you not, at least 40%, if not more, was running through like woods, trails, and fields. It was not a road course at all. So, anyway, that was the first one. And it was very sweet because
I know where this is going. This is great.
so the proceeds for this race were to help a local rural school, I think, fund maybe shoes and uniforms and stuff for their cross country program. And then another part was going to the Boys and Girls Club. So it was for a great reason. So basically, the only thing that they really wanted to offer was a shirt, and it's a nice tech shirt. We've gotten way worse shirts than that shirt, trust me, for more money that went to not as good causes. So if you run races, you'll understand the frustration of getting just like a cotton 3/4 shirt or something like that.
That you ran a marathon for.
Yeah, that happened. So we got that, and the mascot for this team was a Mustang, so a horse, right? And they had these wooden Mustangs, and kids had colored on them different designs, which is very sweet. But in the moment, I was very upset and frustrated because I was like, I just ran 13.1 miles and I didn't even get a medal. So I don't know how she convinced me to start doing them again, because I was like, done, I'm never doing that again. And my second half marathon, I didn't train again. I decided the night before, let's do it. That one wasn't as bad, except for it was in Louisville, and it was through either Seneca or Iroquois Park. I don't remember which. And it's very hilly. Got a nice medal, got a nice shirt from that, so I wasn't too upset. And then, I started trying to run faster, and which I think inspired Caroline. And then she was like, all right, let's run a marathon. I was like, let's not. And me being me, I started training for it. And we did that.
How did it go?
It was pretty rough, because it was also in Louisville. Louisville was pretty hilly. And so that one ran through either Seneca or Iroquois again.
There's a theme.
And it was pretty rough. But we finished, not the best times by any means, but we did it together, which was awesome. And the training was great because there was a lot of work. We got to spend a lot of time, together that we may not have otherwise spent together. If just Caroline was training, that's a lot of time that we're not together. And, so we got that, and then we're never running one again.
We were feeling really proud. Checked it off the bucket list. We did it. Got the picture. Got the shirt.
Never done it again. Caroline says I want to do another one. Oh.
I knew right away, as soon as I crossed the finish line, I was like, oh, I want to do another one. I have to convince him. How do I do it?
And so we started training again. We never really stopped training, honestly. We just started the training cycle over, which I think was a mistake. Um, and we ran our 18-mile run. I don't know how this turned into what I like about you and the story about marathon training.
I push you to be better.
Yeah.
By doing dumb stuff.
Exactly.
That's healthy.
Exactly. We did our 18-mile run. My left leg just did not feel good. Kind of my calf into my Achilles area, and I just couldn't get it right. Went and got some body work done, and that helped quite a bit, but it still just wasn't right. So basically, I don't think I ran farther than 10K for what, like 5 weeks?
Yeah, you didn't do like half the training.
Yeah. And I wasn't going to run, because I was like, marathoning is no joke. I mean, obviously, right, that sounds stupid, but there have been very, very fit people, young people, who have had heart attacks and have collapsed and died during marathons. They're not a joke. I mean, there was a story this year, 2019, of a Division I soccer player. She was running, and she made it like 26 miles, and then just killed up her dead. So it's not a joke, right? And I was like, I don't know. And then I have this stupid voice in the back of my head that's like, you're going to do this.
Well, and we had spent the week before apart. Remember? You were in on a work trip that whole week before the marathon, and we had missed each other.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'd forgotten that, but no, that's true. So it was like, I think I texted Caroline when I was at work at like 3 o'clock and was like, is it going to be okay if I run this? Or she's like, I don't know. I was like, I'm doing it. So I did it. And it really wasn't bad. It was cardio-wise, I felt great. Leg-wise, I think I made it to 19 and my legs kind of started giving out. We had to stop and I had to stretch a little bit because I started cramping. Probably not enough electrolytes in my mouth. And we finished. It went fine. Went well. And then, lo and behold, I actually fractured my foot during it. So then I said I'm never doing it again. And I think I am serious about this. If Caroline wants to do it, I'll support her. But I think 2 marathons in my lifetime is enough. I'll go back to doing halves. But anyway, the whole point of that diatribe was we push each other. One other short example is... All right, Caroline, what is your favorite thing about me, and has it changed from when we first met / started dating to now?
So when we first started dating, I liked that you were really, really smart. Because that's like what I saw in the classroom with you, and just being in college with you was like, this guy is really smart. And I knew I was smart too, so I was like, I want someone who's my future husband to be like someone I can have a good conversation with, and supports me in my dreams to go to graduate school. So I liked that, but now these days I just see how hard you work for our family. It's just the 2 of us right now, but you work really, really hard so we can have nice things and trips like we're on right now. And you're just never like, not that you don't settle, but you're competitive. And so if you think you can do better, you do it. And so I like that because that pushes me to be better myself. So there were times in grad school where I was like, this is pointless. I don't want to do this. Why am I doing this? And you were like, no, like you're not stopping. This is for a reason, and it will pay off in the long run. I know we talked about like the marathon thing, like just stuff like that. You make me a better person by being who you are every day. So that's something I like. I love. And I like that you're my best friend. So I think part of the marriage is like never stop dating each other and being friends. And like you're just my best friend. You like to just do sitting on the couch and reading is like fun for us because then we can talk about what we read, or just watching a movie or a TV series together. It doesn't have to be something grand and expensive. But we're best friends, and you make me laugh all the time. And I think that's an important piece of marriage. If things aren't going well, you still have each other, and you still, can be fun and best friends. So I think earlier this week, like when our luggage was lost, we were frustrated about why it was lost and like why no one could tell us. But like we both off camera were like, whatever, we'll get on this ship together and make the most of it and still have a great time because we have each other. So I always say like on Instagram,